Hi everybody, welcome back to Real American Cougar with me, your Real American Cougar, Joyce. Nice to see you again this week. I really enjoy the little talks that we have and being able to get together on a regular basis. It's kind of like your family to me now. It's been long enough. I'm going to talk about something tonight that people do bring up, they do know about. When I mention it, when I tell you what it is, you're going to say, ah. And we're going to talk about it. It's something that some people even consider taboo, even now. So we're going to talk about that. And one thing I want to say, I'm so grateful for everyone who's been watching, subscribing, following, viewing, my haters, my followers, everybody that has had any kind of impact on the RAC program here, the Real American Cougar program. It's been overwhelming. I am very grateful for everything and all the support. I never thought in my entire life that I'd be sitting in Lost Recording Studio putting out my own YouTube show and talking about, things that adults talk about. Adult topics. I would not recommend anyone who is not adult to watch my channel. You might want to put a parental block on there. You don't want your kids kind of running across it because a lot of our topics need to be saved for later, for older, more mature people. So, but the thing that I really, really enjoy about doing this is I get to have the freedom of speech. I get to practice my right to freedom of speech, and so do you. You can tell me whatever you want to tell me. You message me whatever you want to message me. You can put anything on the timeline you want, whatever you want to share with anyone. This is part of the RAC revolution, and it is coming. The RAC revolution is starting. It's here. This is all part of it. The whole Cougar attitude and the right to your freedom of expression is in practice here. And I think that's a wonderful thing. As long as I can do it, I'm going to do it. And you guys just make it possible for me. And I got to thank you from the bottom of my heart. But let's get down to our subject now. The subject is kind of taboo. When I say this, or when someone says this, there are people, and I know you will, don't say you won't, who will snicker. And if you snicker, I'm going to put a post on the Real American Cougar Facebook timeline. I'm going to say, who snickered? And you're going to have to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down or whatever and let me know. But this is something that has been a recent subject to me. I've had several people talk about this with me. A couple guys, one girl, well, 3 guys, 1 girl. And I don't think any of them knew that they were all discussing the same topic. It was all at different times. And the topic tonight we're going to cover that came up, and it's kind of a curiosity. It's something that people sometimes will talk about and some people won't talk about or even acknowledge, and that is friends with benefits. Friends with benefits. Urban Dictionary says that friends with benefits are 2 friends who trust each other enough to have physically, just sexual activity without fear of hurting each other. That is the Urban Dictionary definition. Why? Why do people want to have this type of relationship? Well, there are a few reasons why people want to have this type of relationship. They don't want a serious relationship. Some people never, ever, ever want to get married or want to have children. They don't want the responsibility of carrying a relationship. They want to do what they want to do, and that's perfectly fine. If that is their attitude in life, and they want to do what they want to do, and they decide that they have a friend of the opposite sex or the same sex, it doesn't matter, that they want to get together with once in a while to meet their physical needs, then that's where they are in their life. No judgment here. Maybe they don't have time for a boyfriend or girlfriend. Maybe they travel a lot. Maybe their job makes them travel a lot. Maybe they have to work long hours. Maybe they're on call a lot and have to just go whenever. So they're really, it's not really advantageous for them to have a regular person in their life. In order to not hurt anyone else's feelings, they choose to have other ways to satisfy their needs in life. It is strictly physical. Even during, I found out this, I kind of looked up at this because I had people asking me what I thought about Friends with Benefits. So I kind of looked up a little bit about the whole situation and what it entails. It entails a lot of work. A lot of work, I'll tell you that. It's not just easy, just like that. It doesn't just happen. You don't just decide. It is not easy. But strictly physical. There is no commitment in any way whatsoever. None. It's safer. There aren't any random hookups. You can choose the person. And you can choose the person. Choose a person that you've known for a long time that is honest, a person you feel safe with, a person you know wouldn't push your boundaries or push your limits or do anything to hurt you for their own enjoyment. There's a lot of things to think about. It's safer. There's no strings attached. People don't get hurt is the idea. There's no broken heart. That's what it's supposed to be. There is no broken hearts because there are no feelings. It's just, this is what we do, and this is what we do it because we enjoy it, and we're adults and we have the choice to do this, and it's just kind of a situation that people agree to do. Number one in this situation, the first thing you have to do is make sure that you have the consent of the other person. Don't ever try anything without communicating with your partner what it is that you would like to do, and see if that is something that they want to be involved in. There's all kinds of different ways to have different pleasurable relationships, and you want to make sure that you're both on the same page as far as that goes. That's very, very important. No commitment in any way. Make sure you consent that, look, this is what is going to happen, and this is what we're going to do, and that both of you are willing to deal with the outcome, whatever that may be. So that's the first thing that you need to do. The second thing, and sometimes I was thinking about this and I was thinking, well, maybe it should be the first thing, but no, consent I think is the first thing. The second thing is always use protection. Just because you have a friend with benefits, or you are a friend of a friend and you're the benefits, does not mean that he won't be dating someone else and you won't be dating someone else. I found that people in these types of situations often date other people besides the person they sleep with. Well, we won't say sleep with because they don't sleep. But anyway, they date other people. I was really surprised to find that out. But, you know, hey, if there's no commitment and there's no emotion and that's what it requires, then I can kind of understand where that's coming from. Because both of you may be seeing other people, both of you may be having physical activity with other people. So always use protection, and always have a routine screening done. If this is the behavior that you choose to engage in, please take care of yourself, stay healthy, have routine screenings for STIs. It's very important. It's important to be safe. You really need to communicate. You really need to communicate your expectations. How often do I want to be with this person? Am I going to be available anytime? Am I going to take a late night booty call? Personally, I don't want a late night any call. I want to sleep. Are you gonna? How far are you gonna go? Like we said, there's quite a range of different activity. How far that you're willing to go? Are you going to have a schedule? There's a lot to think about. How you're going to work this around your schedule. How you're going to work it around someone who really they don't have enough time to have a regular girlfriend. So, you're going to have to work this around. your schedules and know what you expect out of each other. Get that right down very first thing. One of the things, and this is probably the main idea of the whole thing, is to have fun. Sexual activity is fun. It can be very fun. It can be very serious. But people mainly are doing this because they like to have fun, and this is what they have fun doing. So when it starts to not be any fun anymore, then you need to communicate. What's going on? It's not fun anymore. Why is it not fun anymore? What are you feeling? What are you feeling? It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be fun. People are supposed to be in this type of relationship, from what I have searched out to find out about this, because I've never been in a relationship like this, so I really don't know, is that people are more uninhibited in this type of relationship. They can act out fantasies, role play. They can do things with each other with no commitment and no emotion for each other that they could not do with the person that they have an emotional tie to. So that's one of the reasons, and that comes under the fun category. There's things that you might feel that, since you don't personally have anything invested in someone else, not anything that would hurt anyone else, I'm sure, but because you have nothing invested in them, you can act out in the ways that you would not act out with someone who you cared what they thought. So that's part of the fun. This is a very, very important one, and I see this happen sometimes with people, and I had friends who, have had this type of relationship or told me it was this type of relationship, but don't get jealous. If you're going to have this type of relationship with no strings attached and no commitment, and know that someone else is dating other people, don't get jealous. If you start getting jealous, then something is happening as far as emotionally. Something is changing in the relationship. Never, ever, ever start a friends with benefits relationship with someone that you already have feelings for, because it's not going to work. Just because you have feelings for someone, they may not return the affection. And what if they don't? Don't think that you're going into this fantasy world where he's going to fall in love with you and it's going to be one big happy ending and everything is going to work out fine, because most people, from what I have researched and what I have talked over with people in conversation, they're not in it for the long haul. They're in it for the next time, and then the next time, and then the next time, and that's it. And if there's another time, fine. And if there's not, fine. They're not in it to fall in love. They're not in it to build a life. They're not in it to love somebody till death do us part. They're not in it. It's not that type of a relationship at all. As a matter of fact, it is better to not be lovey-dovey. That confuses things. It's better not to do things as a couple outside of the bedroom. That confuses things. Don't stay overnight. This was, I looked this up on, I can't remember what the site was, but informational about this. Don't stay overnight. People who stay afterward and don't just get up and go are more likely to have emotional feelings toward the other person, and that makes the whole situation not work out. And the whole idea of the thing is to trust the other person enough to have sexual activity with them without hurting their feelings. So that's the idea of the whole thing. What I think, I have never had a relationship like this. I am too emotional to have a relationship like this. I think I mentioned before that I don't enjoy sex. If I don't have an emotional tie to the person, it makes it all that much better. It makes it, I love being exclusive. I know that I've had several relationships. I have always stayed with that person till the very end, till there was no more that could be done about the situation. Always wanted to be with one person. Firmly believe in serial monogamy. One person, that's all you need. I am too emotionally involved. I am too emotional of a person to be able to have this type of relationship. I just don't think it's for me. I really don't. Tell me what you think about it. We got that out. That's been a discussion point over the last few weeks. So if you want to tell me what you think about that, you can give me a private message on the Real American Cougar Facebook page. You can send me an email at racmatureculture@gmail.com. You can leave a comment underneath this video. Stick around for the RAC revolution because it's a-coming. And thanks for giving me another few minutes of your time. Peace out.